Radio.
I want to hear that.
And I'm your host with the most.
Because I'm here.
Kid Sublime.
Ballroom Radio, baby.
Hey, y'all ready, fellas? I got a note here.
We're going to have a real show tonight. It's going to be a little different from the way most of the show's been going down.
partying, people that say partying. It's time to hear a funky rhyme from me, the Biz Marquee again. As I just display 'em, the way I like to say 'em. This stutter stepping style that I use to amuse. And hey, I'm the original, hellified kinging. One freaking sound for throwing down, and you know that I'm bringing the crowd to enjoyment by what I do. Like, wow, wow, 1, 2. I keep the people cheering because of what they're hearing. Moving and grooving to a devastating sound is glaring because they're in the mood for me. The B-I-Z, the M's, the M's, the A-R-K-I-E. The party ripping, never tripping, king of crowd pleasing. I can turn it out without a doubt in any season. I entertain crowds, a million and thousands. Homeboys making noise as I do browse through a girl's mouth. Say the funky rhyme to make the girls get naked. I can turn it out with different sounds on my record that I say give 'em. Is you'll absorb the rhythm, the magnificent record maker of prison.
The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Biz go off, go off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Biz go off, go off.
Ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre rapper style used by me. The B-I-Z-M-A-R-K, I will the E-N. You will be agreeing. A brother ain't a brother, LSC is say like G-N. Hopefully this technique in. Keep the people freaking. Like me, the Biz Marquee, because my style is so unique. And guaranteed to rock the mic with rhyme that I say. I'm just as good as Clint Eastwood, so won't you make my day? Marquee the original, yes I am the boss. And I can rock the microphone for you and yours. Go, I want you till my voice is hoarse. Then take a pause. And you know, of course, I can rock a party with so much force. I'm the greatest entertainer Marley came across. Put pictures and photo mat together with gloss. And I don't eat spaghetti without the meat sauce. Whether ragu, prego, hunts, or Aunt Millie. You wanna get this, then try to get Ellie with me, the inhuman. Because I'm like booming. Reagan is the pres, but so was Harry Truman.
The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Biz go off, go off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Biz go off, go off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Bismarck kids are going off. The Biz go off, go off.
Now, I make rhymes each and every day and always seem to come with something fresh to say. In January, February, March, April, May, and the other 7 months of the year. But anyway, hey, no delay, okay, here's a rhyme I must display. When I'm finished, you be in it, say the hip hip hooray. I will be an MC till I'm old and gray, and I can even rock the mic with tooth decay. Yo, ladies of the 80s know that I'm the original B-I-Z-M-A-R-K, I say with the E. You little me and my man Big Daddy. I can't forget Cut Master Cool V and my partner, my best friend TJ Swanee. Rocking the mic would say most definitely. So listen, don't be missing. I will never be dissing. I just rock the mic and always have discipline. Listen to the brother, ain't the brother you discover. I rock up the mic just like if I'm your mother.
And the magnificent. And the magnificent.
One, two, one, two.
I'm back for the sugar of soul.
1, 2, 3, start.
what's happening, y'all? Y'all having a good time? Solid. Let me run a little rap on the way this whole picnic thing started happening. See, we were coming in one morning very early. Sun hit me dead in the face. These pigeons all over the place was pecking their neck. I mean, moving their head in and out, running all over the street. So we put a little beat to it, and we want y'all to try this. Look good to us, and we like to share this with you now. See if y'all can do it. Start pecking. Yeah, that's right. Peck, peck. You got it. Yeah. Don't it feel good? Yeah. That's it. Peck your neck. Peck it. Yeah. Peck your neck. Peck your neck. Peck your neck. Peck it high. Peck your neck. Peck it low. Peck your neck. Yeah. Peck your neck. Peck your neck. Peck to the throat. Peck your neck. Go on, peck to the man in the boat.
And if you're feeling old and weak, sit on down and peck it in your seat. You say you're young and strong, stand, peck it on your feet.
Peck it.
Yeah.
Funky.
Peck your neck.
Woo.
Peck it. Peck your neck. Peck it.
All y'all,
Peck your neck.
push it out, pull it in, again and again.
Peck your neck.
Spread your legs.
Peck it. Peck your neck. Peck it. Peck your neck.
We out, cut it.
Peck it. Gone. Peck your neck.
you there if you feel a need. If you let me have it all, I shoot for satisfaction, 'cause nothing's ever meant so much to me. But keep in your mind, you've got to keep on dancing. If all else fails, won't you dance with me? Didn't your mama tell you? Didn't your papa tell you to get a little satisfaction? Yeah. Didn't your mama tell you? Didn't your papa tell you to get a little satisfaction? If love can melt down barriers, well, baby, I think I'll marry you.
Ponder and linger over yonder. Witness the fitness that I put upon ya. Feel bliss from this and dismiss any dismal thought. 'Cause I brought you something special. 'Cause you make me sentimental. And I bet you, if you let me into your day, I know you'll say you want me to stay all night. 'Cause I'll serve you right. I can tell you're long for a strong rhyme kicked in a strong flow. On time and design. To give you a measure of pleasure like massage. The effect on your system is quite large, and you shouldn't wait not a minute more. Seize the opportunity and get yours. Didn't your mama and your papa tell you to release the pressure so you feel better? Face the facts and reveal the attraction. It's best you get a little satisfaction. Satisfaction. Satisfaction.
Didn't your mama tell you? Didn't your papa tell you to get a little satisfaction? Yeah. Didn't your mama tell you? Didn't your papa tell you to get a little satisfaction?
Yeah, Thursday, Ballroom Radio. What up, world? Your host with the most, Kid Sublime. Everybody here in the place to be. Nes Amsterdam, Ballers, all that, and our very special guest, Mr. Mendel. What up, Mendel?
Good.
You good?
Well, yeah, I'm alright. You too?
Yes, I'm very good. So introduce yourself to the people listening.
My name is Mendel and I'm from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
30 years old.
Yeah,
The mic ain't working that well, huh? Do you have a...
get better. Yeah, a bit closer.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 years old, and I think we know each other now for, what is it, 12 years or something?
Yeah, since like Fat Beats days, I guess.
I guess so.
And you used to work in Waxwell Records, so you started as a clerk, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And what got you into DJing?
Well, I think when I was about 10 years old, I kind of got interested in making compilation CDs for school parties, for classroom parties.
Right.
And then at some point I got into scratching because I thought that was cool, you know.
Yeah. Everybody did.
But
yeah.
I didn't really connect that yet to being a DJ or whatever.
Right, it was
So
yeah.
that came much later, that I started to buy records. It was around, I think, 14, 15 that I really got interested in music.
Okay. And now you've been playing all over the world, like Brazil and England a lot, I guess, France, Spain. Like how's life on the road for you? You're busy, like crazy busy, or is it still?
Yeah, it's been good, especially the last 4 or 5 years. Been touring a lot. And,
Yeah. Just playing, and you do edits as well. So what should people look out for? What records did you put out? Is it under K? What was it? Fingers? K?
Yeah, that's on Basic Fingers.
Basic
it's a
Fingers,
label,
yeah.
And Lumberjacks in Hell.
Right.
And working on some new material now.
Yeah. And they do well, right? The edits do pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, they did quite well, but it's already quite a while ago, and
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the music, or what did you bring? You brought 10 records.
So basically, yeah, I brought 10 records, and of course, like many people, it's really hard to choose.
Yeah.
To choose a few good records out of your collection.
Right.
Every record got a story, so I was going through my records, I was like, everything got a. Can you put that down?
What this one here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going through my records and I was like, yeah, what the hell do I choose? And then kind of what I thought is that at certain periods during my life I got interested in new genres, and that's
Right.
in a way most life-changing
Yeah.
moments were the moments that I got introduced to these genres.
Right, like milestone records, like something that got you onto like a new niche or whatever. Like, yeah. Okay, so what is the first one?
So I want to start with the first one because I remember when I was a kid, I listened to what my parents listened to. So there was, my parents listened to classical music and jazz at home.
Right.
But in a way that didn't get me really interested. And the first thing I remember that really sparked the interest was Tracy Chapman.
Yeah, man.
So when we were on vacation in the car and stuff, my parents used to play Tracy Chapman, the first album.
Right.
And that was the first thing that I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I like this music. It's something that really pulled
Soulful
me.
in a way, and still, yeah, singer, song, whatever it is, it was big, man. Tracy Chapman, so Fast Car it is, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Tracy Chapman, Mr. Mendel. Oh shit.
You get a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You get a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. See, my old man's got a problem. Yeah, but the bottle, that's the way it is. He says his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like his. My mama went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said, somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school and that's what I did. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. We go cruise and entertain ourselves. Still ain't got a job. Now work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted. We'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. I got a job that pays all our bills. Instead of drinking late at the bar, see more your friends than you do your kids. I'd always hope for better. Thought maybe together you and me find it. I got no plans, I ain't going nowhere. Take your fast car and keep on driving. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone.
Wow, Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. A lot of memories, man. Vacation stuff. When was this? 88 or
Still
something?
gives me chills. I don't know, because I mean, I was so young when this came out. I might have been born when this came out.
Yeah, like late 80s or something, or early. I don't even remember. So yeah, man, Tracy Chapman. What's next? What's next?
So, kind of fast forward. I mean, at some point when you're like 10 or whatever, you get interested in radio music, what's on television, what's on the radio, and whatever.
Right.
So what? Spice Girls, Michael Jackson,
Yeah, man,
all those
that.
things. I mean, that's what you get interested in.
Yeah.
And then when I was about 10, 11, I deviated from that, and I started hearing things like Extins, the Beastie Boys, and the Wu-Tang Clan, which is for me definitely. Going into puberty, you're kind of, you just want to hear cool stuff that's with cussing and
the hardcore
and all
stuff.
all that shit.
So this is from the second album. You weren't onto the first album.
I was actually too young then. I mean, I got onto the first album later.
Okay,
but
yeah.
when I was 10, this came out. And I mean, Wu-Tang motherfuckers, whatever,
Mom and Dad
that's
didn't
all.
like that. Yeah.
That's all you needed.
So this is from the second album. It's called what was it? Reunited, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it, man. RZA, wow.
I have given it much thought. It seems disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men. We must expand, get more pupils, so that the knowledge will spread.
Struck a match to the underground. Industry ignited from metaphorical parables to fertilize the earth. Wicked niggas come, trying to burglarize the turf. Scatting off soft ass beats, them niggas rap happily. Tragically, that style deteriorate rapidly. Uncompleted missions, throwing your best known compositions. You couldn't add it up if you master addition. Where I come from, getting visuals, habitual. You're more safe walking on hot coal and rituals. I splashed the paint on the wall, formed the mural. He took a look, saw the manifestation of it was plural. Rhyming while impaired, dart hits your garment. Pierce your internals, streamline compartments. Just consider the unparalleled advantage of a natural disaster that's impossible to manage.
Bitch ass niggas counterfeit the funk. I smoke the beat of the skunk, tree top of the trunk. Moonshine drunk, get monk, yeah, get shrunk. The treasure stunk, I be fucking bitches by the junk. My name Black, you words wanna play in my dirt? Bitch stop, my mama serve free lunch from the church. I come like 1,000 dust. Bitch, you quiet at the bus, making the fuss. I got self-love, ungloved the news. Watch a nigga transfuse. 30 after the fuse, heavy at the booze. I don't walk, I get carried. Golden platinum bitch beads on my wall, looked properly but commonly. I UFO you right, brothers. The Indian and soul man had entered the white man. My grandfather step up and get knocked right the fuck out. Come to the cookout, dirty bitch at the mouth. You scared, run around like the plane about to crash.
Yo, the Riddler, funny T-bone tickler, we Caligula, bigger dick, sex enigma, pistol fertilize your stigma, stink box, order from P. Dot. MCs get stuck on ink blocks, air saw plug to the sink box. Who take it corp, take your brain on space warp, talk strange like New York, great hero Jim Thorpe. How can I put it? Life is like video footage, hard to edit. Directors, they never understood it. Too impulsive, my deadly corrosive dosage. Attack when you least notice through explosive postage. I don't play, the rap souffle saute for the day. Ruler zigzag, zig A, leg, arm, head, spread like plague. We drink Hennessy by the check. I got the golden egg plus the goose. 80 proof, absolute, mixed with cranberry fruit juice. Dizzy boost, I got your neck in the noose. Keep my money wrinkle, the rap star twinkle. Killer instinct, 16 ball Nico. Sell more copies than Kinko. Grow like a fetus with no hands and feet to complete us. Then we return like Jesus when the whole world need us.
Is it appetite for destruction? Slap a murder rap on this production. I touch something, trust nothing. Iron lung, twisted metal. I see him ducking, my dart gun. Busting from every angle. Worldwide total carnage, the sickest flow. That be code name Agent Orange, killing you slow. It's only right you pay homage to those that's about to blow like that shit up your nose. Solid as a rock when I strike target. Verbal be screaming on you like a drill sergeant. Herbals got me where I wanna be right now. Don't know the time, check the hour on your sundial. Watch me shine, jump off a cheap wine. Each line be on point when I speak mine. On behalf of my crew, into the room, 36 more deadly chambers to take you through.
Man, Wu-Tang, second album. Jesus Christ. And the songs were so long, man, like 8-minute songs.
Because everybody had to rap on it. All the fucking
they're like 11 dudes or something. Crazy. So, yeah, RZA, man, Bobby Digital. And he really took it to another level, like production-wise on this album. It's more clean and,
yeah, you know, I mean, the first album, I think, is, for me now, much more interesting. But this is so fat. You know, we hear it here in great speakers. This is so
crazy, right? Yeah.
Banging.
Well-produced album. So, yeah, man, Wu-Tang. Forever? What's next?
Yeah, so this got me hooked on hip-hop for the next, 6 years of my life. And so I started playing then. When I was about 15, I started playing at the Duivel, which is the hip-hop cafe here, which you probably played a lot
of
as well. Of
course. And drank us. I learned how to drink gin tonics there, man. Hangovers and shit, yeah.
So valuable life lessons.
Yeah, man.
And then at some point, I started going to record shops that also had soul records, like Waxwell Records at that time. Right. And I got interested in the original breaks of the hip hop. So the producers sampled soul music, and I got slowly interested in that.
Yeah.
And so from De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest came. I'm skipping something. I'm skipping my smoking years, because I got into, when I was 15, I got into weed and that stuff.
So you get into reggae at the same time.
So I got into reggae, and of course I knew Bob Marley before that, but during the smoking days, Bob Marley was a thing.
Yeah, like some dub stuff, Lee Perry, Bob Marley. So what we're gonna play now? Bob Marley, but what is the name of the song?
The name of the song is War.
Yeah.
And the thing was that it has a very strong message about equality.
Yeah.
And it was kind of the first time in my life, around 15, that really hit me. Like, shit is not that fair in this world. I mean, I'm a privileged white kid. So.
Yeah, of course.
And then I noticed, like, he was talking about these things. I was like, hey.
Made you think,
wait a minute.
Question. Yeah, it woke you up. Like.
So, yeah, listen to the lyrics. I think it's a beautiful song.
Bob Marley.
Until the philosophy which old one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. It's a war that until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, worse than the color of his eyes. Miss a war that until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regard to race. This a war that until that day the dream of lasting peace, world citizenship, rule of international morality will remaining but a fleeting illusion to be pursued but never attained. Now everywhere is war, war, and until the ignoble and unhappy regime that hold our brothers in Angola, in Mozambique, South Africa, subhuman bondage have been toppled, totally destroyed. Well, everywhere is war. Me say war. War in the east, war in the west, war up north, war down south, war, war, rumors of a war. And until that day, the African continent will not know peace. We Africans will fight, we find it necessary, and we know we shall win, as we are confident in the victory of good over evil. Good over evil, yeah. Good over evil.
Yeah, we still hear Ballroom Radio. Bob Marley War, great song, man.
Yeah.
Sad but great, you know. But somebody has to put this message out. Never, you can never have enough of these songs. So, what's next, man?
So what I said before, then my musical horizon started to broaden with checking out the original breaks of the hip hop, and getting into James Brown and Curtis Mayfield and all that stuff. And one of the things that, this was one of many songs, but I think that's still so beautiful, and one of my favorite artists still, Minnie Riperton.
Oh man.
It was sampled by Tribe Called Quest, but to me it doesn't matter that much anymore.
No, it's Minnie, man. Her voice is just really angelic. Like, people were really like, come on. And you don't hear this anymore, right? A voice like this?
Yeah, beautiful.
That high? I mean, what can we say? Rest in peace, man. Minnie Riperton. Man, let's just play it, man. It's crazy.
Things I say and do may not come clear through. My words may not convey just what I'm feeling, but I hope you recognize what's right before your eyes. Oh, your heart should realize from where I'm dealing. Baby, I'm trying to show you that I love you. Baby, I'm trying to show you that I care. Baby, I'm trying to tell you that I need you. Baby, I'm trying to tell you that I care. You may not understand just why I show my hand the method to my madness. You inspire. Perception is the key. It's evident, you see, what this is all about is love entire. Baby, I'm trying to show you that I love you. Baby, I'm trying to show you that I care. Baby, I'm trying to tell you that I need you. Baby, I'm trying to tell you that I care. And all I know is true is this love I have for you. All I know is true is, baby, I'm trying to show you that I love you. Baby, I'm trying to show you that I care. Baby, I'm trying to tell you that I need you. Baby, I'm trying to tell you that I care. And all I know is true is this love I have for you. All I know is true is this love I have for you. All I know is true is, baby, I'm trying to show you that I love you. Baby, I'm trying to show you that I care.
Yeah, man. Mini Ripperton. Wow. Beautiful as always. Timeless, man. What can we say? Mini, man. Get on to Mini if you don't. You know, just check all her music. It's great. So what's next, man?
Well, back then I think I was about 16, 17, and I thought disco music was basically just Saturday Night Fever kind of gay
Yeah,
bullshit. You know, you're listening to hip hop.
Yeah, so yeah.
And then at some point, I got to know a few boogie tracks that were also again sampled in hip hop.
Right.
And I started to get the taste of these heavy drums with more sweetness in it, more melody, more
Yeah.
sweetness. I got older, I got out of puberty, so
yeah, you need some
I needed
heartfelt,
some
some love. The hard puberty times.
So
yeah.
there were a few things: the SOS Band, Evelyn Champagne King, you know, all these boogie classics, and this one, Young and Company, which was sampled by Black Sheep, one of my favorite hip hop bands.
Yeah, man.
Still.
Yeah.
And they sampled this track, which is, you know, I don't
Yeah, I
whatever.
think people know it. Let's play it, man.
Yeah,
wow.
let's play it.
man, classic. Wow. So yeah, this was the sound, man. The production, the vocals, the hooks, everything was on point, man, back then. Jesus. Wow. So what's next?
Yeah, so this got me really hooked on the boogie sound, especially, and I started doing my first club gigs when I was 17, 18, and these, of course, these boogie tracks came in very handy next to the hip hop, where mostly, old guys came to it, and
Old
this,
hats,
yeah,
grumpy
with their
motherfuckers.
backpacks on.
Yeah.
So these disco sounds really got me interested in club DJing, and yeah, and then I started broadening my horizon even a little bit more. I was still working at this coffee place back then.
Okay.
And this guy came in when I was working,
Mhm.
and he said we started talking about music, and he said, Fela Kuti, that's the shit you gotta check out. Check it out, it's the shit.
Uh-oh.
And the guy, of course, was you.
Oh shit.
And I kind of listened to it. Then shortly after, I skipped through some records of Fela Kuti. I was like, well, this is quite intense. I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
So it was actually 2 years later or whatever that I checked it again. And Fela Kuti is something you gotta check from start to finish. You can't just skip through.
No, the
and
whole song,
understand
yeah.
it. You gotta listen to the 20 minutes.
The whole
And-
joint is crazy. Yeah,
So
yeah.
we might have to skip through it a little bit, but
Yeah, it's long. It's like 20-minute songs or some shit. But so you got onto Fela Kuti, and since then you're hooked, right? I mean, the Afrobeat king.
I mean, it's one of the most important things to me, to broaden my horizon into multiple styles, rhythms, and different
Grooves.
countries than just the States. Because
Yeah.
before that, I was interested in the music from the States.
Yeah. So and he sort of, I remember this story when James Brown was supposed to play with him, and he couldn't wrap his head around it, like, because James had the one.
Yeah,
There's
very strong.
American 1 or 4 to the floor, and then Fela got this polyrhythms, like, but it's natural rhythms, it's African rhythms, so every drummer in the world knows about this. It's just in you, but Fela put that on the forefront.
Mhm.
But Fela trying to do Brown as well, and Brown came back from the tour. He was like, man, I gotta be, step it up a little. Like, this is funky. Like, it's different way of, it's not really urban funk. It's more like, more organic or whatever. But the Black President, Fela Kuti, man, yeah, let's just play it, man. We can talk about him forever.
Yeah.
What's the name of the song? Sorry.
This is Shakara.
All right, let's do it. Fela Kuti.
tó bá bọ́ ní ṣàkàrà pàdé pàṣọ tó máa fi nà ẹ òjé ló ń jẹ kí ló ṣe é pé o ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni. tó bá bọ́ ní ṣàkàrà pàdé pàṣọ tó máa fi nà ẹ òjé ló ń jẹ kí ló ṣe é pé o ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni. tó bá bọ́ ní ṣàkàrà pàdé pàṣọ tó máa fi nà ẹ òjé ló ń jẹ kí ló ṣe é pé o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
We get the shakara man, we get the shakara woman. Shakara man, he go say, I go beat you, I go nearly kill you. Na shakara. I go beat you, go be like you get accident. Na shakara. You don't know me. Na shakara. Ah, wait, make I come out my dress. Na shakara. You see, enough you do nothing. Na shakara loje. We get the song for them. We just sing them like this. We go say, honey, 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 my corner, you walk here. Boy, team on me ni. Tó bá tọ́kọ dúró dè mí o. Dúró dè mí bọ́ ṣọ mi. Wàá jẹ bàbá ńlá ìyá. Irọ́ ni o kò lè jà. Òjé ló ń yọ. Kí ló ṣe é pé o?
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Shakara woman, tell her say my dear I like you. She go say, you like you who? Who you like? Come on, Jare. Look at this man. Where you come from, Seth? I be me and you. Not touch me, oh. You see, she won't do. Now Shakara, they call her Shakara Loji. We get a song for them. They sing them like this. We go say, honey, 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 tó bá fọwọ́ kàn mí, tó bá fọwọ́ kàn mí, jọ̀wọ́ fi mí sílẹ̀, tàbí kí ló ṣe iṣẹ́, ó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, níbo ló ti já wá, níbo ló ti já wá tó lókun lọ, èmi pẹ̀lú rẹ kọ́, rọ́ ni ó fẹ́ ṣe o, òjé ló ń yọ, kí ló ṣe é pè o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni o.
ṣàkàrà olóòjé ni.
Yeah, man. Fela Kuti, the original black president. You thought you were okay with Obama, but this is the original black president, man. Fela Kuti, wow. Yeah, it's long ass tunes, man. We can't play them. Like you skipped a little bit through the vocals because people gotta hear the vocals. So
yeah, but the strength of these tunes is definitely in the whole build-up and kind of the meditative vibe that it has. It's something totally different from what I've heard before this.
Right.
And
it changed your life, really, yeah.
Definitely.
Crazy, man. So on that note, what else changed your life? What's next?
What's next? Ah, yeah. So this, I guess, this was around my 20th, and then when I was 23, 24, I met Marcel Vogel and Rahan, which are now dear friends of mine, and I was a lot into disco back then, but they really got me into this Chicago sound, which for me wasn't logical at that moment, but
Right.
now it defines definitely what I do,
Yeah.
DJing wise. So they got me into these edits and this style of disco that is like heavy upfront,
Raw.
trim,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
raw, and then I also got into the other edit stuff like Danny Krivit, and which is more the New York sound, of course. But I got it to a different side of disco that I didn't really know before, which was the raw
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, what is this? This by what's his
So
name?
this is an edit by Zernel, if I'm right, at least on his label, Grimy Edits, which
Right.
for me is, this is how editing is done. The original has all the shit parts, and he just took the right parts
Yeah.
and repeated it, like focusing on the drums and focusing on the screaming.
And still
uh,
make it flow. Because a
yeah,
lot of
definitely.
nowadays you hear a lot of edits. Because it's been done since what, like the 60s already, or 70s. But now people just put a 909 kick drum or whatever and call it an edit. So
Yeah,
it's
and do a loop and time stretch it, and
yeah,
then
this is like real edits,
yeah.
like classic. So let's play it, man.
yeah.
Who can I talk to? I'm talking to Mr. Mendel, Ballroom Radio, Thursday. Hope you're still here. Man, what's next?
Yeah, so this got me really hooked onto that Chicago sound and yeah, the repetitiveness of it. It's still, there's a little sweetness in it, but it's raw and heavy drums. And of course, for who know the history, DJs like Larry Levan and Ron Hardy got from these disco records into house records. But yeah, so when I was 23, 24, I got into the edits thing, and I thought, oh, let me try this myself. Nowadays, much easier than back then. I mean, people used to cut tape, really like stuff, cutting it with a scissor and trying to mend it together. And then, of course, I could just step in with a computer and made a lot of mistakes also along the way, learning. Sure. But my first edit that got released is this Jill Scott Heron, Gil Scott Heron, The Bottle, which is from the live version, and of course an important moment for me to have the first time something you at least I can't say made, but contributed to in my hands on wax on vinyl. That was pretty cool.
So you edited, like you took the original and you just flipped it a little bit and
I took out the parts that didn't work on the dance floor. I repeated some parts and I added a little bit of drums in the background to make it a bit thicker.
Sure.
And it's just, I don't know.
Bottle. Let's just play it, man. Let the people decide. Let's go.
Everything. This old woman
brothers and sisters, we will unite as one nation under one groove and one groove only. Cause funk is our motherfucking message. Ballroom Radio.
Did the rhythm make you move? It's alright. Did the rhythm make you move? Did the rhythm make you move? It's alright. Did the rhythm make you move? Did the rhythm make you move? It's alright. Did the rhythm make you move? Did the rhythm make you move? It's alright. Did the rhythm make you move?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Gil Scott Heron, the bottle. Mr. Mendel added. Pick it up. Or get it on Discogs for like 8,000 euros or something. Those prices these days, man. So you did like a 500 run of this? 500?
Yeah, something like that. I don't even.
Never mind. On to the next one. So what we gonna play?
So yeah, then I remember at some point Marcel Vogel told me like next year you'll be into house. I didn't really understand house and stuff. He said next year you're into house, and so the next year I was into house.
Yeah.
And I made the connection. It's always with a genre, I guess, that you have to hear the right things, because every genre is so broad. That you have to hear the right things that speak to you. I sometimes tell older people, like, if you give this boom boom music a chance, then you might find something in it that you like.
Yeah, man.
At first it all sounds the same, but if you get into it, it sounds different. Like, for maybe a lot of young people, classical music all sounds the same.
Yeah,
but if you get into it, you start to recognize what you like in a type of music, and I think you can like all kinds of genres.
Develop your taste, right?
Yeah.
Like wine and shit.
Spend some time and try to understand what's there for you. For in house music, that really started for me with vocal house kind of things. Blaze, Larry Hurt, and this Ron Trent cut over here. It's just super soulful. It's like disco, but then a bit more modern.
Yeah,
basically.
nasty. So this is Shay Damier and Ron Trent, right?
Yes,
Shay and
right.
Trent. Yeah, let's play it, man. Let's go.
sure walk your madness away. 'Cause everything that you do will always come to you, and all of the things that you say. It's your choice, baby. Oh, baby. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a choice, baby. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a choice, baby. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a choice, baby. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a choice, baby. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we still hear Ballroom Radio with Mr. Mendel, Shay Damier, Ron Trent. What up, though? So this is where you got into the house records, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I guess when I was about 25 or whatever.
Right.
And yeah, what can I say?
And
what can I say?
And nothing is music, man. You kind of gotta hear it to understand it and feel it first and foremost.
So this was track 9 of life-changing tracks.
Oh, already at 9. I mean, we can go on for another 30 minutes. So if you got a few more, it's up to you, man. Like, at least we play one more.
Yeah.
So we're up to 10. You're the first guest, actually. Big up, Mr. Mendel, to actually bring all the tracks, talk about it, and probably not even gonna play a DJ set. Yes. I mean, you can, but it's like a 10-minute set or whatever. So what's next?
So next is I got into Brazilian music, which actually only happened when I went to Brazil. That's when it really made a click. Before that, I heard some classics and some badly done re-edits and some bossa nova, and it was all not. It didn't really hit me until I was in Brazil and I heard some samba, and I heard this track that we're gonna play is Sapote da Mangueira, and it's I heard Case and Antal play this, and that really this was one of the tracks that made a click for me.
Right, they always get you into shit you don't know about. Like, especially Case did it to me.
Definitely.
And Antal, I mean, come on, they the granddaddies for what we like, right, in Amsterdam.
For sure, definitely.
So big shout out to Case and Antal. But we're now here with Mr. Mendel. Let's do it.
Parar. Com batuque lelê, com batuque lalá. Segura esse samba, não deixa esse samba parar. O samba, portador da alegria. Com batuque lá no morro, a gente canta noite e dia. O samba, portador da alegria. Distância de uma dor, faço a tristeza sorrir. Vai, saudade, que o samba trouxe de volta a liberdade. Vai, saudade, que o samba trouxe de volta a liberdade. Com batuque lelê, com batuque lalá. Segura esse samba, não deixe esse samba parar. Com batuque lelê, com batuque lalá. Segura esse samba, não deixa esse samba parar. O samba, portador da alegria. Com batuque lá no morro, a gente canta noite e dia. O samba, portador da alegria. Com batuque lá no morro. dança de uma dor. Faço a tristeza sorrir. Vai, saudade, que o samba trouxe de volta a liberdade. Vai, saudade, que o samba trouxe de volta a liberdade. Com batuque lelê, com batuque lalá. Segura esse samba, não deixe esse samba parar. Com batuque lelê, com batuque lalá. Segura esse samba, não deixe esse samba parar. Com batuque lelê, com batuque lalá. Segura esse samba.
Oh yeah, man, tropical vibes. Mr. Mendel still in the place to be. Ballroom Radio Thursday afternoon, baby. Wow. And the sun is shining, actually. People can't see it, but the sun is shining. So that's good, man. You're bringing the sunshine. So what's next?
So this was basically the 10 tracks that changed my life,
We're
so
done.
to speak. But
Big applause for Mr. Mendel.
Yes, thanks.
Nobody gives a damn, I think.
It's okay.
It's just,
okay.
just the
It's our
two of us.
It's our journey. Hope still some people are tuned in.
Yes,
but,
they will. They do. So, yeah.
So I guess we're on to the honorable mentions since we still got some time. And Theo Parrish is definitely for me and for almost everybody I know, like you, a big influence.
DJ wise, he is definitely.
Yeah, for me, production wise, also, I mean, it's definitely not what I'm doing, but every time I hear a track by him, I'm like,
It's heavy though.
It's on
It feels like he's more of a musician. I mean, he's a DJ, but you can hear his production is like so much, spirit in there. I almost feel like pick up an instrument, dude. Like start playing maybe some guitar, saxophone, keys, whatever. Like he's really loaded. But I especially like his DJ set. But big shout out to Theo Parrish, Sound Signature Detroit. Yeah, man. So what's this?
So this is one of his new releases, which I think is again spot on. And I don't play these things much in the club, but when I'm on the radio, I like to get this vibe going.
Yeah, let's do it, man. And this is from the new Theo Parrish album. Or what?
No, this is one of the new 12 inches he did with Amp Fiddler. He did a few. I'm not sure if it's part of an album.
Okay, let's play it, man.
Trust. 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 trust me. You gotta trust me. Yeah. Gotta trust me. Yeah. Oh, can't make it if you don't trust me.
Okay, so Mendel, thank you for your 10 life-changing or influential records. It was a pleasure. Great vibes.
Likewise.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being here. So you have like another 15, 20 minutes. Do you want to play some records?
I'll play some tracks. Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Give it up for Mr. Mendel. Mr. Mendel, Ballroom Radio. So let's go, man. Enjoy your day. Peace.
strengthen my existence. You made so real. I've got to tell you, baby, that you made my life complete. I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad, I'm so glad that you've come to me. I'm so glad. Ooh, baby, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, I'm so glad. I'm so glad, I'm so in the morning, you feel so fine. I'm so glad that I made you mine. That kiss before I sleep, it comforts me. I know that when I wake up, brighter day there will be. I gotta tell you, baby, with you I feel assured. And I know, I know, I know, I know that our love will endure. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you come to me. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So glad that you have come to me. Yeah. I'm so, so glad that you have come to me.
Brothers of Soweto, they took your pride away. You've no hope for the future. Apartheid blocks your way. Brothers of Soweto, they took your pride away. You've no hope for the future. Apartheid blocks your way. Brothers of Cambodia, beneath a blood-red sky, fly bitten, starved and hungry, you watch each other die. Dependent on all nations to rectify your plight. Brush away your tears now and don't give up the fight.
How can I tell you my story without the pain or the worry? What you might think or might say, judge me in every wrong way. Yes, I've done things you think wrong. For this I must stand alone. Things I did, choices made. It's over with, that was yesterday. Bow down, come girl, give it in. What do you prefer? Bow down, come girl, give it in. What do you prefer? Togetherness ain't sacrifice. Show and prove how life proves. Might be pride or your shallowy. We'll be alright, this you can believe. It could be this, could be that. We're in this thing and pass it by. On this journey, forward we move. Looking back, there's too much to lose. Bow down, come girl, get it in. What do you prefer? Let me hear it. Bow down, come girl, give it in. Hey, what do you prefer? Bow down, come girl. What do you prefer? What do you prefer? What do you prefer? And so I bow down. Come girl, give it in. What do you prefer? So I bow down. Come girl, so I give it in. What do you prefer? 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 Missing you every day. Missing you every day. Missing you every day. Missing you. Never ever. Never ever. Never ever. Never ever. There's a place where I go when I think of you, where the mountains and fields are shimmering golden in the
like velvet beneath our feet.